Back with a quick update, specifically this time about the download files. If you bought the 18-disc collector's edition, then you know that you were entitled to a download of all 379 tracks. And what was really sweet was, well, you could have downloaded them in MP3 if you wanted, but more appealing, more enticing, you could have also downloaded them as high-res FLAC files, FLAC or WAV actually, in 2496 encoding. Like most people, I think I just assumed that there would be a download card that contained a link to the files, or that there would be actually a USB, a flash drive, that had all of these waiting for me in the box. And of course, that's not what happened. What you ended up getting was an email telling you, hey, these files are going to be ready soon. But of course, you'd start downloading them and you probably experienced a crash, and in which case you would then have to call and they would reset it for you, and then you could start again, and it would, more often than not, continue from where you left off. So I'm updating about this, and I just want to appeal that if you do call, please don't berate the staff. They're on the front lines. They're just answering the phones. They're doing their job, likely underpaid for the work that they do. They are not the people who made the mistakes. Be polite. You'll find that you'll go a lot further with them, and you'll get better service by treating them like people. I've heard a couple of different stories as to what went wrong. One of them, which sounds believable, is that apparently someone at Sony goofed and thought that these would just have to be available in a streaming format, and then found out that no, they were promised as high-res downloads. So then they had to get their IT crowd working around the clock to get it ready and have it working on time. And of course, that's a clusterfuck, because these are things that you need to do diligently, slowly, and check your work. You can't just rush this, because then you have problems like they've been experiencing. Some of you have gotten 2 emails, 3 emails. I'd be curious to know how many emails people have gotten and how far they've gotten and what kind of problems they've had. So if you can post comments about that, that would be great. It might make sense to wait a few days so that there's less traffic. Everyone's sort of rushing and eager to get it. I'm with you on that. I have a high-end system. I'm very eager to hear these and the best sound quality possible. Being able to hear them in 2496 is very appealing to me. Hopefully that'll happen sooner than later. By all means, vent, tweet, send them messages, put messages on the Facebook walls, or email them, write, maybe an old-fashioned letter, express your disdain. A couple of other things to know about the files. One, you have the choice between WAV and FLAC, as I mentioned. I'm going with FLAC because in previous experience I've noticed that WAV files don't always keep the metadata, the names, the titles, etc. If you get WAV files, you may be stuck with having to tag them all yourself, typing in the names of the artists on all the files, the title tracks, whatever other information you want to include, what take number it is. It's a very slow and arduous process. FLAC files should have that information there. Other thing to consider is that this will be available for a while. So again, you can be patient. You will get them all. Clearly, this was yet another screw up by Sony and Columbia, whatever you want to call them. They messed up. They dropped the boat. They knew they were doing this for a while. Poorly handled. It's being poorly dealt with. There are some pinheads working there that clearly have their heads up their asses, have no idea what they're doing. But what's important is at the end of the day, there's going to be some great music available to listen to in high quality audio, and that's what we should be